Have you ever felt like you've given everything, your time, your energy, your heart, only to be left wondering if he even noticed your worth? Stop right there. Who fed you that lie? You are not here to be overlooked, underestimated, or forgotten. You are not some fleeting memory. You are a force of nature, a storm he can't outrun, a flame that burns even when you're gone. It's time to wake up and own your power. No more waiting for validation. Your existence itself is proof of your value. We live in a world that tells women they must chase, please, and endlessly give. But let me tell you something. Desire isn't born from availability. It thrives in absence, mystery, and undeniable presence. The mind remembers what it can't quite grasp, what feels just out of reach. If you've ever been haunted by a lingering melody or an unfinished story, you know exactly what I mean. That's where your power lies, in being unforgettable, not by shouting your value, but by living it with unapologetic grace and silent intensity. The ancient Stoics taught that control comes not from domination, but from mastering your inner world. True power isn't about forcing anyone to notice you. It's about becoming so centered, so grounded in your worth, that others are drawn to you like gravity itself. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." So choose your thoughts carefully. Think of yourself as rare, precious, and irreplaceable, because you are. Dark psychology understands the magnetic pull of the unknown. People are captivated by what they can't fully have or understand. You don't need to explain yourself, overshare, or rush to fill the silence. Silence is your weapon. It speaks volumes when you use it with intention. The less you reveal, the more he'll crave to uncover. You become the book he can't put down, the enigma that keeps replaying in his mind long after you've left the room. But let's be clear, this isn't about playing games. Games are for those who doubt their worth. You don't need to manipulate when you understand that scarcity creates value. Diamonds aren't valuable because they're flashy. They're valuable because they're rare. You are the same. Stop giving unlimited access to someone who hasn't earned it. Your time is not a free pass. It's a privilege, and only those who see its worth deserve it. Too many people confuse love with attention. Attention fades, connection stays. Make him feel something, not through desperate gestures, but through moments of emotional depth and unexpected intensity. Be the sunrise after his darkest night, the calm after his storm, but only when he's earned the right to experience that part of you. Until then, let him wonder. Let him replay the way you smiled when you weren't looking. Let him hear your laugh in the quiet moments when he's alone. You are the echo in the empty space, the lingering touch he can't quite forget. Remember, you are not defined by how others treat you. You are defined by how you treat yourself. Every time you lower your standards, every time you accept less than you deserve, you're telling the world you are willing to settle. Stop it. Raise your head, lift your heart, and know that you are worth all of it. The attention, the respect, the devotion. The world reflects what you project. Be bold enough to demand more, not with words, but with actions. Seneca said, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." So stop waiting for permission to be seen. You already are. Walk into every room like you belong there. Not because you're seeking approval, but because you know you're worthy of being there. Confidence isn't loud, it's steady. It's the quiet assurance that you have nothing to prove because your presence speaks for itself. Own your power. Stand in it. Be the woman who doesn't chase but attracts. Not because of manipulation, but because she knows she's the prize. Let him experience your absence as much as your presence. It's in the spaces between your interactions where his desire for you grows, where he realizes what he's missing. Stop explaining yourself. Stop overextending. Stop giving away pieces of yourself, hoping someone will see your worth. You are the standard. You are the energy that transforms a room, the presence that lingers long after you've left. Rise above the noise and become unforgettable, not through force, but through quiet, unstoppable strength. This is your moment. Stop holding back. The world needs your unique brilliance. You've got everything you need inside of you right now, so say it again. I am unstoppable. I am unforgettable. I am worthy of everything I desire. The past is gone. The future is yours to create. You are the author of your own story. Make it legendary. Let him miss you, long for you, crave you, not because of what you say, but because of who you are. No more waiting. No more holding back. This is just the beginning. You're already on your way. Believe it. You're unstoppable. Number 1. The phantom effect. Be present, even when you're gone. Have you ever walked into a room hours after someone left, yet their presence still lingers, like the faint scent of a favorite perfume or the echo of a familiar song playing softly in the back of your mind? That's the phantom effect. It's not about being physically present, but embedding yourself so deeply into someone's thoughts that even when you're gone, they feel you, your voice, your smile, your energy. You're no longer a memory. You're an experience he can't escape. The most magnetic people in life are those who leave emotional fingerprints on your soul. They don't need to remind you they exist because you can't forget them. This is the secret high-value women understand. They master the art of creating such profound emotional impact that their presence lingers long after they've left the room. It's not about saying the perfect words or being the loudest in the room. It's about creating a unique energy that settles into someone's heart, making them crave more of you. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." When you become the most vivid, unforgettable thought in his mind, you've already won. But this isn't achieved by chasing or demanding attention. It's about being so powerful in your presence that when you're gone, your absence is louder than anyone else's presence. This is dark Stoic psychology at work, commanding the emotional space without force, simply through authenticity and depth. Think of the phantom effect like the moon's pull on the tides. The moon is distant, silent, unreachable, but its influence is undeniable, shifting oceans from thousands of miles away. You too can create this effect in relationships. The key is understanding that physical presence is temporary, but emotional impact is permanent. Speak to his soul, not his ears. Leave a mark he can't erase. Create moments that resonate, not just conversations. When you share something about yourself, let it be something real but layered with meaning. Don't just say, "I went hiking last weekend." Instead say, "I went hiking, and when I reached the top, the view felt like the world paused just for me." This isn't just sharing. It's painting a mental picture that stays with him, something he'll remember long after the conversation ends. The phantom effect also lives in how you communicate. Be intentional with your energy. Don't be easily available, but be fully present when you are. Listen with intensity, speak with meaning, and let silence be your secret weapon. Silence makes people reflect, wonder, and feel. It's the pause that makes your words echo long after you've stopped speaking. Use it wisely, and when you're not there, don't rush to remind him you exist. Let the space you create speak for itself. Desire isn't built through constant presence. It's built through the anticipation of what might come next. Think about your favorite movie that ended on a cliffhanger. You couldn't stop thinking about what would happen next. Be that cliffhanger in his life. Leave just enough unsaid, just enough unseen, to ignite his imagination and keep his thoughts circling back to you. Stop believing you have to constantly prove your worth. You are the value. You are the experience he should feel lucky to have. High-value women don't beg for attention. They become unforgettable by knowing their energy is irreplaceable. They aren't afraid of space, silence, or time apart because they know that their influence extends far beyond physical presence. So, wake up. Stop chasing. Stop explaining. Stop giving away your energy without intention. He doesn't need constant updates about your life. He needs to feel the absence of your presence. Let him realize what's missing when you're not around. He won't miss someone who's always there. He'll miss someone who made him feel deeply. This is your power. Become the experience he can't replace, the thought he can't escape, the presence he can't forget. The phantom effect is not about manipulation. It's about emotional mastery. It's about leaving something so profound behind that even in your absence, you are the one thing he can't let go of. Say this out loud. I am unforgettable. My presence is powerful, even in my absence. Write it in the comments below as your affirmation. Remember, you are the storm he never saw coming and the calm he'll never forget. If this resonated with you, like this video and subscribe to the channel. We're working hard to create life-changing lessons like this to help you embrace your power and become unstoppable. This is just the beginning. You are already on your way. Stay relentless. You are the experience. You are unforgettable. Number 2. The emotional hook. Trigger his deepest desires. Have you ever wondered why some people can stir feelings in you so deeply that their presence becomes unforgettable? It's not just about what they say or do. It's about the way they make you feel in their presence. The truth is, humans are emotional creatures, and emotions rule over logic every single time. If you want to make someone miss you desperately, you must learn to touch their emotional core. But who fed you the lie that you need to beg for attention or overextend yourself? Stop it. That's not your power. Your power lies in creating emotional moments so compelling that they anchor you in someone's mind, like a lighthouse guiding a ship through the night. You see, people don't remember words. They remember how you made them feel. This is your moment. This is your chance to rise above surface-level interactions and tap into something deeper. Think of it like planting seeds in fertile soil. When you speak with purpose and evoke emotions that connect to someone's identity, those seeds grow into something impossible to ignore. The heart has its reasons, which reason knows not, as Pascal once said. So, what are you doing today to ignite emotions that linger and grow long after you're gone? Imagine this. You're the spark that lights a fire, the melody that gets stuck in their head, the fragrance they catch on a breeze that makes them stop in their tracks. To create this effect, you need to go beyond the ordinary. It's not enough to engage in small talk or exchange mundane pleasantries. Dive deeper, ask questions that matter, share stories that move, and speak in ways that resonate with their values and dreams. For example, instead of saying, "How was your day?" ask, "What's the most exciting thing that's happened to you recently?" Instead of talking about your day in bland terms, paint a vivid picture of an experience that reflects your passion and unique perspective. When you do this, you're not just making conversation, You're creating a moment, and moments like these, they're unforgettable. Emotions are the currency of connection, and they're what create bonds that last. People want to feel seen, understood, and inspired. When you recognize someone's passions, acknowledge their strengths, or support their dreams, you aren't just speaking to them, you're speaking to the deepest parts of who they are. For instance, if they share a goal or ambition, say, "I can tell how much this means to you. It's inspiring to see someone so driven." Your words then become a mirror reflecting their best self, and they'll associate those feelings of affirmation and joy with you. But this isn't just about flattery. Words without sincerity are hollow, and people can sense it. Authenticity is your greatest tool here. Speak with intention and honesty. Don't shy away from vulnerability either. Sharing your passions, struggles, or triumphs invites others to connect with you on a human level. Vulnerability is not weakness. It's strength wrapped in courage, and it can trigger the deepest kind of emotional bond. Think of emotional connection like a song. Some songs make us cry, others make us dance, but the ones we can't forget, they touch our soul. That's the energy you need to bring into your interactions. And like a master composer, you must balance your notes, moments of light-hearted fun with deep, meaningful exchanges. Laughter can be just as powerful as vulnerability. It's an emotional high that people crave again and again. Who told you that being emotionally open makes you weak? It doesn't. In fact, it makes you unstoppable. By triggering positive emotions like joy, curiosity, and inspiration, while also creating moments of thoughtfulness and calm, you become someone who adds depth to their life. And in a world that often feels shallow, depth is rare. People cling to it. They cherish it. But don't forget, this isn't about losing yourself to someone else's emotions. High-value women know that their emotional energy is a gift, not a guarantee. If someone can't meet you on your level, they don't deserve to share that gift. Always remember that you're not chasing, you're attracting. You are the gravity, the sun, the energy they orbit around. Own your power. Now take a deep breath and affirm with me, I am unforgettable. I am worthy of deep, meaningful love. I create connections that last. Say it again, louder this time. I am unforgettable. I am worthy of deep, meaningful love. I create connections that last. Hold on to this truth. It is your foundation. Write it in the comments below so that you declare it for yourself and inspire others to do the same. Stay with me. We're not done yet. Don't hold back. Your power is limitless. This is your moment to create emotional connections so strong that you live in their heart and mind, not just for today, but for a lifetime. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. The world needs your unique brilliance. If you found this lesson valuable, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are working relentlessly to bring you life-changing insights like this. Together, let's build a community of unstoppable, high-value women. You've got this. The best is yet to come. Number 3. The curiosity loop. Be the unfinished story he can't close. Have you ever read a book so gripping that even after the last page, the characters stayed with you, their stories haunting your thoughts long after the ending? That's the power of the unfinished story, the curiosity loop. It's the unanswered question, the lingering mystery that keeps pulling you back, desperate for closure. In relationships, this psychological force is one of the most powerful tools a high-value woman can master. When you become the story he can't finish, you carve a permanent place in his mind. People are addicted to mystery, not because they like being confused, but because they can't stand not knowing. The mind hates incomplete stories. It craves resolution, closure, understanding. This is where your power lies, not in giving everything away, but in leaving just enough unsaid for his mind to fill in the gaps. Make him curious, make him wonder, and he will replay every conversation trying to uncover the layers you've only hinted at. Stop explaining yourself. Stop oversharing. You are not a book to be skimmed and tossed aside. You are the plot twist he never saw coming, the story he can't predict, and the mystery he can't stop trying to solve. Leave spaces in your conversations, gaps that only time and effort can fill. If he asks about your past, smile and say, "It's a long story for another time." If he's curious about your passions, respond with, "It's something I'm deeply connected to. You'll see one day." Give him just enough to spark intrigue, then gracefully change the subject. You are the novel he can't put down, and every chapter he uncovers only leads to more questions. Think about the moon. It's beautiful, distant, and untouchable. We see only one side, while the other remains hidden, pulling at our curiosity like the tides. Its mystery makes it magnetic. You must become that moon in his life, close enough to feel, but just far enough to remain unattainable. Make him work to learn more, to get closer, to uncover what lies beneath your surface. Humans are wired to value what they earn, not what's handed to them freely. But let's be clear, this isn't about playing manipulative games. It's about respecting yourself enough to be selective with what you reveal and when you reveal it. People cherish what they can't fully have, and they crave what feels just out of reach. When you allow someone to believe there's more to discover, they become emotionally invested in figuring out who you truly are. This is the curiosity loop, an endless cycle that keeps his thoughts revolving around you, making him replay your words and wonder what comes next. When you master this, you become unforgettable, not because you tried to be, but because he can't help it. His mind becomes addicted to the possibility of uncovering more of your story, and that's where the real connection begins. Imagine this. A song ends, but its melody keeps playing in your mind. Why? Because your brain is searching for closure. It's trying to finish the tune. That's the exact effect you want to create in his mind. Be the melody he can't stop hearing, the memory he can't shake, the unfinished masterpiece he's compelled to return to, time and time again. Stop thinking that revealing everything makes you closer. It doesn't. The most captivating women know that less is more. Be selective about what you share. Don't rush to fill silences or answer every question in detail. Let him feel the space between your words. Let him wonder. Remember, curiosity isn't about deception. It's about creating space for deeper connection. Now, hold this truth close. People will chase what they can't quite catch. Be the woman he's never fully sure of, but desperately wants to know. Let him lean in while you gracefully step back. That's power. Don't give away your whole story. Let him earn each chapter, one interaction at a time. So, stop giving them the ending before they've even earned the beginning. You are worth discovering, but only for those willing to read between the lines. You are the unfinished story, the mystery he will never stop wanting to solve. Say this with me: I am the story he can't stop reading. Write it in the comments below. Affirm it, own it, live it. And if this resonated with you, if you felt even a spark of recognition within these words, like this video and subscribe to the channel. We're working hard to bring you powerful, life-changing lessons like this one, because You deserve to be seen, valued, and remembered. This is just the beginning. Your story has only just begun. Number 4, the reward pause system. Be his source of pleasure, with limits. Why does the sweetest fruit always seem to grow just out of reach? Why do we crave what we cannot easily grasp? It's not a coincidence, it's human nature. In relationships, the same principle applies. What is abundant is taken for granted. What is rare is cherished. When you master the reward pause system, you become the emotional high he craves and the mystery he can't stop pursuing. It's time to wake up and realize that constant availability doesn't create desire, it kills it. The magic lies in knowing when to pull back, to let him feel the distance, and to leave him wanting more. Think about this. If the sun never set, would we still marvel at its beauty? Desire grows in the pauses, in the spaces where the mind is left to wander. If you're always there, always giving, always pouring out your energy, where is the room for longing? But when you show up fully, when you're warm, attentive, and deeply present in the moment, and then step back, you create a tension that ignites attraction. It's not about manipulation, it's about balance. You're teaching him that your presence is something to be valued, not something to be expected. The heart remembers the highs and misses them in the silence. This is the essence of the reward pause system. When you create beautiful moments together, laughter over a shared joke, a meaningful conversation that touches his soul, you plant seeds in his mind. But instead of watering those seeds endlessly, you step back. You give him time to feel your absence, to reflect on the connection, to crave the next moment with you. Imagine your presence as a rare and exquisite perfume. When you walk into a room, it fills the air, enchanting those around you. But if you linger too long, the scent loses its impact. The same is true in relationships. When you're always available, you become predictable. But when you learn to step back at the right time, you leave him wondering, longing, imagining. You become the thought that dances through his mind when he's alone. The feeling he wants to chase but can't quite hold. This system isn't about playing games, it's about knowing your worth. You are not a never-ending fountain of energy pouring into someone who hasn't earned it. You are a sunrise, awe-inspiring, yet fleeting enough to be missed. When you step back, you're not withholding love, you're creating space for respect. Absence doesn't weaken connection, it strengthens it by allowing desire to grow. Here's how it works in practice. After a deep, emotional conversation or a wonderful date, resist the urge to follow up immediately. Let him reach out first. If he texts you, don't rush to reply. Take your time, not out of pettiness, but to show that you have a full, vibrant life outside of him. This isn't about ignoring him. It's about maintaining your independence. Remember, attraction isn't just about what you bring into his life. It's also about the life you live when you're not with him. Think of the reward pause system as a dance. When you're together, give him your all. Be attentive, be kind, be fully present. But when the moment ends, let him take the lead. Let him wonder when he'll see you again. Let him reflect on the connection you've created. And let him feel the absence of your energy. This emotional contrast, the fullness of your presence and the quiet of your pause, is what makes you unforgettable. Some people may tell you that stepping back will make him lose interest. But let me tell you this, a man who truly values you will lean in when you create space. If he doesn't, then he's not the one for you. Remember, what's meant for you will never pass you by, but you have to let it find its way to you. Scarcity isn't about pushing someone away. It's about showing them that your love is a privilege, not a convenience. You've got everything you need right now to master this dynamic. You don't need to chase, overgive, or prove your worth to anyone. Stop waiting for someone to validate you and start owning the fact that you are the prize. A man who feels your absence will crave your presence even more. Let him feel the space between the notes of your melody and watch how he comes alive, longing for the next song. So say this out loud: I am the rare, exquisite gift that cannot be taken for granted. Write it in the comments below and make it real. Let the world know that you're stepping into your power. If this lesson resonated with you, don't hold back. Like this video, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe to the channel. We're here to bring you life-changing lessons because your time is now. You are unstoppable, you are unforgettable, and the best is yet to come. Let's rise together. Number 5. The power of suggestion. Influence his mind without saying much. Have you ever noticed how some people can captivate your thoughts without saying much at all? It's like they leave a mark on your mind with nothing more than a passing glance, a subtle smile, or a carefully placed word. This isn't magic. It's the power of suggestion, a skill that high-value women master to create unforgettable impressions in relationships. They know how to plant thoughts, stir emotions, and spark curiosity, all while appearing effortlessly composed. You don't need to explain yourself or beg for attention. Your silence can be louder than words when you know how to use it. Think about a mysterious novel you couldn't put down because of its hidden meanings and unsolved mysteries. Every page pulls you deeper, even though the author never reveals everything at once. That's how the power of suggestion works in relationships. When you master it, you become the story he can't stop reading, the thought he can't push away, the memory that refuses to fade. You live in his mind rent-free, not because you're demanding space, but because you've skillfully created a longing for more. A high-value woman understands that what is hinted at but never fully revealed becomes irresistible. When you casually say, "You probably don't even realize how easy it is to talk to you," you leave him wondering what you truly mean. You've planted a thought in his mind that he can't shake. He starts seeing himself through your words, and subconsciously, he wants to be that person you've described. You've influenced his identity without even trying. Marcus Aurelius, a great Stoic philosopher, said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." So what happens when you plant beautiful, empowering thoughts in someone's mind? Thoughts that reflect their best traits or deepest potential. They become attached to you because being around you makes them feel good about themselves. You aren't controlling them, you're inspiring them in a way they can't forget. Imagine a soft whisper in the wind, just enough to be heard, but not enough to be understood. That's how subtle the power of suggestion can be. A well-timed pause, a thoughtful look, or a carefully chosen word can be more captivating than 100 declarations of affection. The mind craves closure, and when you leave something unsaid, his mind will work overtime, trying to fill in the blanks. This is how you create a psychological pull that's impossible to resist. Here's the secret. People fall in love not just with who you are, but with how they feel when they're around you. They remember moments when they felt understood, seen, and appreciated. By using suggestion, you can become the source of those feelings. For example, after a meaningful conversation, say something like, "You probably don't realize how much you light up when you talk about your dreams." He'll replay that sentence in his mind, tying the warmth he felt back to you. But who fed you the lie that you have to explain yourself endlessly to be noticed? Stop it. It's time to wake up. You don't need to be loud to be heard. You need to be intentional. Choose your words like a sculptor shaping stone. Leave space for curiosity, room for his imagination, and time for his emotions to catch up. When you use the power of suggestion, you create an emotional mystery, one he's eager to solve. So affirm with me right now, I influence effortlessly through presence, not pressure. Say this out loud. Say it again. Write it in the comments to lock it into your mind. Stay with me. We're not done yet. You're not here to be easily forgotten or overlooked. You are the author of every interaction. You shape how people see you through every carefully chosen word, every thoughtful pause, and every knowing smile. Let them feel your presence, even when you say nothing at all. If this resonated with you, like this video and subscribe to our channel. We're working hard to create powerful, life-changing lessons just for you. This is your time to rise. Take it. You are unforgettable. You are limitless. The best is yet to come. Own it. Number 6. The scarcity principle. Be a limited edition. Have you ever noticed how people crave what they can't easily have? The rarest treasures aren't displayed on every shelf. They're kept behind glass, protected, admired, desired. Why? Because what's hard to obtain is automatically seen as more valuable. In relationships, the same truth applies. What is easily available is easily ignored, but what's scarce, it becomes irresistible. You are that limited edition, a one-of-a-kind soul that can't be found anywhere else. So stop living like you're a clearance item on sale for anyone's convenience. You are the prize. But who fed you that lie that you need to be constantly present, texting first, showing up, making yourself available 24/7 to be loved or remembered? Stop it. It's time to wake up. When you are too accessible, you dilute your value. Imagine a sunset that happens only once a year. People would travel the world just to catch a glimpse. But a sunset that happens every hour, it would be taken for granted, dismissed as ordinary. Your time, your energy, your love. These are your sunsets. Don't offer them freely to someone who hasn't earned the right to witness them. The truth is, when someone always knows where you are, what you're doing, or can reach you instantly, they stop longing for you. Human psychology is wired to want what feels just out of reach. Remember this. Scarcity creates desire. If you're always texting, always showing up first, always initiating, where's the mystery? Where's the longing? Let him wonder about you. Give him the space to feel your absence, because only then can he appreciate your presence. You are not being manipulative when you choose to guard your time. You are being strategic. This isn't about playing games. It's about protecting your energy and recognizing your worth. A diamond locked in a vault isn't being difficult. It's being precious. You are that diamond. People don't cherish what's free and constant. They cherish what's rare and valuable. Be the experience he earns, not the convenience he expects. Think of it this way. When a luxury brand releases something in limited supply, people rush to get it. They wait in lines, pay any price, and even compete for the chance to own it. Why? Because limited access creates urgency. They know the opportunity won't be there forever. Apply this mindset to your relationships. Let him feel that your presence is not guaranteed. It's something he has to work for, respect, and cherish. But let's be clear. You don't create scarcity by playing hard to get or acting cold. True scarcity comes from living a full, passionate life outside of the relationship. When your world is rich with purpose, goals, and joy, you naturally become less available. You're not waiting by the phone. You're out building the life of your dreams, and that is magnetic. That's what makes someone miss you desperately. You are never stagnant, never predictable. You're a moving force, a once-in-a-lifetime encounter. So affirm with me right now, I am a limited edition. I am rare, valuable, and unforgettable. Say it out loud. Say it again. Write it in the comments so you remember who you are. Stay with me. We're not done yet. This is only the beginning of claiming your worth, embracing your power, and making sure the right person sees your value. Don't let anyone treat you like you're common. You were born to be exceptional. Own your power. Let them work to deserve you. If this resonated with you, like this video and subscribe to the channel. We're working hard to create meaningful, life-changing lessons to help you become the strongest, most empowered version of yourself. The best is yet to come. You are a limited edition. Never forget it. Number 7. The mirror effect. Become the reflection of his deepest self. Have you ever met someone who made you feel completely seen, as if they understood you better than you understood yourself? It's not magic, it's psychology. People are naturally drawn to those who reflect their deepest values, passions, and hidden desires. We fall in love with how someone makes us feel about ourselves. The truth is, attraction isn't just about chemistry. It's about connection, emotional safety, and resonance. If you can reflect the best version of someone back to themselves, you become unforgettable. A mirror they can't stop looking into. But who fed you that lie that being nice and giving everything you have will make someone stay? Stop it. People don't miss what's constantly available. They miss what makes them feel something unique. They miss what elevates their identity. The person who makes them feel seen, understood, and inspired holds power over their mind. It's time to wake up and realize this is your strength. You are not here to beg for love. You're here to be the emotional reflection that he craves. When you tap into the mirror effect, you become more than just someone he dates. You become the keeper of his unspoken dreams and desires. When he talks about his goals, don't just listen. Reflect back what you see in him. Say something powerful like, "You have such a unique way of seeing the world." It's inspiring to hear you talk about your passions. You aren't just complimenting, you're reinforcing who he is at his best. This isn't manipulation, it's emotional mirroring, a deep psychological trigger that makes him feel safe, connected, and alive in your presence. Think about it. People are drawn to the version of themselves they like most. If you can reflect that back to him, his strength, ambition, and potential, you'll become his emotional home. He'll associate you with the best parts of himself. He'll feel empowered, seen, and unstoppable around you, not because you're feeding his ego, but because you're recognizing his potential with authenticity. This is where dark Stoic psychology comes into play. You remain steady, calm, and self-assured, showing interest, but never losing your sense of self in the process. You hold space for his emotions while staying grounded in your own. Imagine standing before a crystal-clear lake. It reflects the sky, the mountains, and the beauty around it, but it never loses its identity. That's your role. You reflect what is best in him, but you remain whole, grounded, and unshaken. Never lose your sense of self just to please someone else. That's not the mirror effect. That's self-abandonment. He should see the light in your eyes because of who you are, not because you dim yourself to make him shine. Your presence should amplify both your lives, not shrink yours. Use your words like a sculptor shaping marble. Highlight his strengths subtly and authentically. If he's ambitious, say, "I love how driven you are." It's rare to see someone so passionate about what they do. If he shows kindness, tell him, "Your thoughtfulness really stands out. It's one of the things I admire most." When you reflect his best traits, he'll start seeing you as someone he can't live without, someone who reminds him of who he wants to be. But let me be clear, this isn't about pretending to be impressed or offering empty praise. This is about seeing him for who he truly is and making sure you are just as valued in return. The mirror effect works both ways. If he doesn't reflect back your worth, your strength, and your potential, walk away. You are not a mirror meant to reflect only what others need. You are a reflection of your own power first. So, say it again. I am the reflection of greatness. I see and attract only what aligns with my highest self. Stay with me. We're not done yet. You've only just begun to rise. You are not defined by the attention you receive. You are defined by the light you shine. Don't let anyone dim that. When you become the reflection of someone's deepest desires while standing in your own power, you become irreplaceable. Hold on to this. Don't let go. This is just the beginning. Every word you speak, every action you take, has the power to transform how others see themselves and how they see you. You've got everything you need already. You are the mirror, strong, steady, and radiant. So affirm with me right now, I am the reflection of greatness. I attract what aligns with my highest self. Type this affirmation in the comments below. Make it real.